This is a review that I'm very excited to be bringing you all today because we are going way back in time to 1988. This set is from the Legoland Castle system, as the box says boldly here. It is part of the Forestmen sub-theme from Castle, and I'm so excited for this one because Forestmen is a theme that I really love and have always wanted, and just this year I was able to get this set here, which is my first set from the Forestmen line. Also, I'm excited because I have the box here, the instructions, and the pieces, and pretty much everything here is in like new condition. So I got this set from Atlanta Brick Co., which is a used and new Lego store just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And they have really great trade-in values. So what I'll do is I'll take in a bunch of newer sets that I'm not particularly interested in anymore and trade them in for something like this, a really cool old set that I've always wanted. And when I saw it in the condition that it was in, I just knew I had to get it. So if you're near Atlanta, definitely go check them out. If you're not though, Just Too Good recently did a tour of their building, and I actually went down there and got to meet up with them. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. So anyways, back to the set. This is set 6054, Forestman's Hideout. As I said, it was released in the year 1988, and it is part of the Castle line and part of the Forestman sub-theme. Original retail price is $17.50. So here on the box, we can see their little hideout with the 2 minifigures included. On the top, we see the Forestman's Hideout name with a fancy little graphic on the F there, which is pretty neat. On the left side here, we've just got another shot of the hideout and our minifigures. On the right side, the same shot. And on the bottom, the same shot again, and then it says, use this box for storage, which I'm glad whoever bought this originally did, because I'm sure a lot of people just threw their boxes out. I know a lot of people do nowadays, but I'm forever grateful to people who keep their boxes in good condition like this. So here's the back of the box. Unfortunately, there's a line of what looks to be like adhesive that ripped off a part of the box, but that's okay. We can still see our cool alternate builds. And it says in this little shield here, build any of these exciting models with this set. So I mean, they really went all out. You've got, what, 5 alternate builds here that all look fairly different. Actually, never mind. It looks like these are just 2 action shots of the main build. But still, we get 3 cool alternate builds. And then once we open it up, we even have the nice white inner tray, as well as all our pieces and the instructions. So let me dump this out real quick. So here are the instructions. Like I said, very good condition for their age. And no alternate builds on the back. So now we can go ahead and start building. So here's the completed set, and let's take a look at our minifigures. Our first Forestman is the Spearman here with his long brown spear. He's also got the V-neck with coin purse and belt. This is the same print they used on Wizards and Peasants, except Wizards it was blue and Peasants it was gray. So Forestman it comes in green. And it's a simplistic but effective print, and I like it a lot. Then of course we've got the iconic green Robin Hood hat with a small white feather there. And we've even got all the extra feathers and the sprues that the feathers came on. As you can see, that's what the sprue that the feathers come on looked like. Our next Forestman is the Archer, and he's got a little bit of red accenting with his red collar and red arms there. He has a similar belt printing, although a little bit smaller buckle. And then of course he's got his bow and arrow and then quiver on the back. And this time his Robin Hood hat is in brown, so it's nice that they include two colors here. And then he's also got a small feather, although this time in yellow. And both just have a generic smiley face there. Although it is the older variant with less rounded edges and a solid stud top. So here's their hideout, and as you can see, it's quite tall for only being 200 pieces. Out front, we've got a pretty simple target build, although it does have a nice 2x2 round printed tile. So here's a closer look at that. It's just the finger joints with the print on it. Then they've got a barrel. This is actually supposed to have 2 yellow studs in it to be their gold. Although I have something really cool here, and that is the original sprue that the studs are still connected to. And you can tell these are the older mold style because they don't have the injection mold right in the center of the Lego logo like newer studs do. And it is instead on the side here. So if you want to know if yours came on a sprue like this, just check to see if they have the injection dot on the side. If they do, they are the older style. And then if they have it in the center here, they are the newer style. So I didn't want to break that up just to throw them in this barrel here. So I'm keeping that together just because it's a very cool piece of Lego history. Alright, so for the actual build here, you can see that it's a small little hideout built into a tree. The only thing that I don't understand with this build is why they used black for the tree trunk. As you can see, they had brown as a color at the time with these spears and these shields. Perhaps they didn't like using it for larger pieces than just accessories at the time. But either way, it's pretty funny that they used black for the Forestman theme, and then later for the Dark Forest theme, they used brown for the trees instead of black. If anything, I would expect those to be switched. So we've got a lot of nice foliage here. We've got a large pine tree, and then a small baby pine tree over here, as well as 2 vines hanging off the edge, and then a bunch of these large tri-leaf pieces, and then a couple of the smaller leaf pieces, just branching off, giving it a very full tree look. And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive how natural they made that look, given that they're using mostly just blocky pieces and arches. Then we've got our Forestman Shields, and they are stuck into the build here, although you could always take them off and give them to our minifigures here. This is the same deer print that they used again for the Dark Forest theme, and the brown and green look really nice together. Then they've got this vibrant blue roof here, which again they used for the Dark Forest theme, which we just saw in the Dark Forest Fortress, and they've even got some arches here so that they can peer out of their outpost. So once we turn it around here, we can check out what's going on inside, and honestly there's not much. There is a little hidey hole here, which is presumably how they get in and out of their tree bunker. And then this is their little lookout post here. They've actually got a short sword inside here in case they need to do some up-close combat, and I think that's pretty cool that they included that there. And just before we move on and forget, there are also 2 clips with spears on the outside here, one here, and then one there. And then of course the one that came with our minifigure for a total of 3 spears, which is really cool. These old castle sets definitely were never lacking with accessories. And then the last cool feature of this set is that it's actually all built on a hinge here. These 6x12 base plates can actually fold together. And then you've got what looks to be a singular tree. And I think that's really cool. You can put your minifigures on the inside and fold it up so that they're well guarded. You can see how this would actually look like as a tree. And then of course open it up when you want to play with it. So adjusted for inflation, the set would have retailed for $39.19. Which to me is a little bit pricey. It does look more like a $30 set if it were released today, just with the 2 minifigures. And granted, it is a larger build, so I think $30 seems more fitting. However, current used prices have it at $60.70. And again, everything Classic Castle is going to be very expensive, so I'm sure you're probably not too surprised at this point that it's pretty expensive. Either way, this is a very nice set and a very good looking display piece in my opinion. And I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it. As always, thank you for watching.